Hi everyone, I'm Tatiana Esvitia, and this is my brother who will be my audience for today, and this is my speech on the protection of national parks. 300 million Americans every year visit national parks, each of them leaving a lasting impact on the history there. You may not know it, but you're leaving an impact as well with your carbon footprint. I, an avid hiker, as you can see, know a lot about visiting national parks and visiting many trails and hikes. I've experienced good trails, I've experienced bad trails, I've experienced clean settings and not as clean settings. Why should you care? Well, national parks are a safe haven for many people and an escape from reality. And in knowing that, it is important to protect them as best as we can. Carbon footprint not only affects national parks, but it also affects your everyday life. In this speech, I will speak on the importance of national parks, ways to help prevent them from getting any more damage than they already are, and the impacts that these changes will have on the earth as a whole. So why should we care about national parks if not everyone visits them? Everyone has their places to escape. They can go to the library, they could go to a city park, wherever it may be. National parks are a place for many people to escape there. There are many different ways that we as humans impact national parks, whether it be by overcrowding or whether it be by littering. There are many different ways that national parks are damaged by us humans. According to Linda Kutin's 2025, climate change is the #1 cause of damage in national parks. This has recently happened because of the Trump administration, who has shut down the government. Many national parks did not have anyone regulating them or keeping them clean. In the survey I conducted in my public speaking class, 57.2% of students said that they had little to no knowledge on the damage occurring in national parks. Education is a very important thing, and it is very important that we educate society to understand the severity of the situations occurring. A personal story is I recently visited Joshua Tree, and this was during the government shutdown. I had just gotten back from the trail and needed to use the restroom, and walking by, it smelled very, very awful. This is because there's a lack of cleanliness and a lack of resources to keep these parks clean. With the government shutdown and less funding in national parks, there was no one to pay to maintain or regulate these bathrooms that had once been regulated very clearly and very often before. If we don't act quickly, national parks will reach a point of no return. I'm sure that many people wouldn't like to smell gross bathrooms or see litter all over the floor or have a hard time breathing even on their hikes. Because of this, everyone should make an impact to go green, to just essentially reduce carbon footprint in any way they can, and to just recognize moments where they could just better their carbon footprint just a little bit more. According to Explore Worldwide, reducing carbon footprint is the best way to prevent any national park damage from getting any further. Donating is also a great way. It is, according to National Geographic, it is the #1 way to upkeep maintenance, as park rangers are vital to the safety and the cleanliness of national parks. This solution is not challenging and is easy for everyday implications. Donating is just the extra mile. So in every day we could take quicker showers, we could clean up our trash, make sure nothing hits the ground, and just do our best to make the earth a little bit greener and a little bit cleaner. It can entirely change the quality of life just by doing things in our everyday lives, and it will entirely protect national parks. There are national parks that look like this, which this is Yosemite, and they can very quickly look like this if we don't do anything to change. I'm sure as pedestrians and as visitors of national parks, you would want to have clean bathrooms and less foot traffic, and just overall see a beauty rather than a human destruction. Excuse me. The positives of implementing these solutions is all of the above. It is having clean bathrooms, it is having fresh air, not having to breathe in the smog that we release from our cars, not having to feel disgusted by Doritos wrappers or soda cans. Just being able to enjoy the beauty of nature in itself rather than seeing the human impacts. The negatives of not implementing these solutions in our own lives is that it will impact everyone else. It will impact the animals who habitat these national parks, the tortoises in Joshua Tree who choke on plastics, the birds who choke on plastics. It is not only harmful to us humans, but it's harmful to the animals who habited that area before we even did. All things considered, national parks should be protected at all costs. They are under attack, and when they lose their charm and health, it is the beginning of the end. Climate change has been a growing problem consistently, and it has not been fixed whatsoever, and it is for us to do in order to protect the beauty of nature and the beauty of national parks. We must reduce our carbon footprint. We must leave nature as we found it, which is the most important rule. And if possible, donations will always help, especially according to what National Geographic has to say. I specifically never let a piece of trash hit the ground in my life. I see litter and I clean it up. It is so easy to pick up trash and wash your hands after rather than let that impact the environment. It is so important to recognize that national parks are impacted by our everyday lives. National parks are a safe haven to all living things, humans, plants, and animals, and it is important that we come to protect them and save them. My brother is still here to prove that he was listening. Thank you.